Hello people, welcome to this video. Now if you're watching this, you're probably interested in moving to the Czech Republic. So yeah, this video is pretty much focused for non-Europeans or non-European Union members. For example, I'm Mexican, so of course Mexico is not a part of the European Union. Then I will need a visa, like a special visa, to be able to work there. The Czech government offers a special type of visa for us non-EU nationals that want to work in the Czech Republic. That is called the Employee Card. The Employee Card is a new type of permit for long-time residents in the territory of the Czech Republic, whether the purpose of the foreign national stay longer than 3 months is employment. So basically, it's a mixed visa. It's a residence visa and it's a work visa, so it applies for both. So here are the steps that you have to follow if you want to get this visa to be able to work and live in the Czech Republic. Step number 1, you have to plan a visit to Europe. And I will recommend you to find the city of the Czech Republic that you want to live, and maybe look for some apartments to rent for like 2 or 3 months, depending on your qualifications. It will be how easy or hard it is for you to find a job. So, step number 2. Once you're in the Czech Republic, you have to have a Czech SIM card. There are 2 main companies in the Czech Republic who offer SIM cards, so if you're finding some luck, you can easily do this. The first one is O2, which I think for me was the easiest one. You can pay like 200 crowns for 1 gigabit of internet, and it lasts for like 30 days. So for me it was like super cheap, and I decided to go to that. But there's other company that is Vodafone, and I think it's also very good, either of which you have to get them. Now, why you have to get a Czech number is because you will be applying for jobs, and if you're applying for jobs, you will need the human resources people to call you somewhere. So I think a SIM card is the easiest option. You will have a Czech number, and you will have a number where potential recruiters can contact you. So step number 3, once you're in the Czech Republic and you have already your phone settled, is that you want to look for jobs online. There are many sites who can help you with that. Of course, there's Indeed. There's another one that is called prace.cz. The link's in the description down below, so you can check them out. There are a lot of vacancies. The easiest jobs to find if you're a non-Czech speaker are in the IT areas. So if you're a developer or a web developer or programmer, you can find a job quite easily. The other ones are in customer care or customer service, maybe accountants. There are some other jobs that don't require you to speak Czech. Most of them require to speak English, and some of them English plus some other language, but there are a lot of jobs that you can find. You have to just check beforehand if they are willing to sponsor foreigners to get this visa. The next step would be to apply for jobs and go to the interviews. In my personal experience, they tested me for IT knowledge, they tested me for English knowledge, and they just did like a regular job interview. So pretty much I think most of those companies do that. So after that, they will call you and they will tell you like, hey, we're interested in you, we want to give you a job. And they will send you your contract to wherever you're living. It will take about 1 or 2 weeks for it to arrive, and while you're waiting for your contract to arrive, you can look for the next important document that you have to check, that you have to get from the Czech Republic, which is the proof of accommodation contract that says that you will have a place to live when you are going to be in the Czech Republic. The easiest option is to look for it in whatever you're already renting. But if you're not renting, there are some websites that will give you a temporary contract that you can change and look for a new apartment when you arrive, and they will charge you like 6,000 crowns. I will leave the description down below. And also it's important to say that your job offering they just give you have to be published in a Czech government website for anybody to apply for 30 days. And if nobody in those 30 days took your job, then congratulations, it's yours, and they will issue you a job vacancy number, which is also required to apply for a job visa. Now, once you have your contract, your job vacancy number, and your proof of accommodation, then you're pretty much done in the Czech Republic. The next step would be to go back to your home country. And why do you have to go back to your home country if you just, you just were traveling there and just do that? It's because the visa takes a lot of time. So I would recommend you to go back to your home country and to get their other requirement documents, apply from your country's Czech embassy. So what the next step would be to getting all the additional documents, which are a copy of your passport, 2 passport size photographs, your school diploma, which has to be translated to Czech and has to be apostilled, non-criminal record statement, which also has to be translated to Czech and have to be apostilled. You have to print a small form that is available on your Czech embassy website from your country. That it's pretty much basic. It's just your personal information and your family information. It's very basic. It has to be filled out in Czech though, so there are some words that you will have to translate, but pretty much it's not such a big deal. And in some countries they will ask you for a medical examination. I don't know which countries are these, but be prepared also so that you may be asked for this. So then after you have all this documentation ready, translated, and you are good to go, you have to make an appointment to the Czech embassy of your country. If you're wondering why my background is different, I will explain at the end of the video. On the embassy, you will have to bring all your documents as well as money in cash, because you will have to pay a fee that is over 1,000 crowns for the application, and also you will be charged for any certification of the copies that you bring. So for me it was a little over 3,000 crowns what I had to pay, which is not that bad, and the people there are really nice. They're very helpful and they will receive all your documents. Now, one thing that nobody really told me that I was supposed to bring is that if you're not from an English speaking country, then you will have to bring some sort of English certification. It could be like the TOEFL test, the IELTS test, in either B2 or C1 levels for the European framework. So nobody told me that, and that kind of delayed my application, so I'm telling you so you don't have to wait as much as I did. So the next step would be waiting. The Czech government says that it's usually between 60 and 90 days. From what I've heard from other people that have also applied for this, it's not usually the case. It usually takes longer, usually between 2 and 6 months. So I would recommend you don't leave any job opportunities or just like look for a job, like continue with your life while you're waiting. And then one day they will call you and they will tell you, hey, congratulations, your visa is ready to be issued. And that will be a very happy day. And then you will have to go to your Czech embassy. They will stamp on your passport a small visa, and that will allow you to enter the European Union and the Czech Republic. They allow you to go for the next step. So for the next step is that you have to go to the Ministry of Interior within 3 days. You have to register your address, your passport, and they will ask you to sign some other papers to fulfill your application, and you will apply for the plastic card that they will issue in about 2 weeks. Another important thing that I should mention here is that in some cities, especially like smaller cities, maybe not in Prague, I don't really know, I'm not in Prague, I'm in Brno, but in Brno they don't speak English in the Ministry of Interior, which was kind of like odd because they all the time have to deal with foreigners, but yeah, they don't. So you have 2 options. There are some foreigner integration groups that will help you with the translator, or just learn basic Czech. Like for me, I just learned like really basic Czech, and with that I could just like get along with some just like words like signature and address and date of birth and things that they might be like asking you. So yeah, after you're done with that, it takes like about 2 weeks, and they will give you an appointment of when you have to go, and then they will issue a card that looks just like this. It will have your photo, it will have your things. It's a nice small card that will be your official identification, your work and residence permit, and that you will have to carry on with you at all times. And with that card, you are basically free to go. You are entitled to work in the Czech Republic and you can start your new life. Now, I know there are a lot of things that I could cover. I could cover how is it like to get accommodation, what does a Czech apartment look like, how much does it cost to live in the Czech Republic. I will be gladly to do those in a separate video. If you want, let me know in the comments down below what you would be interested to know. And yeah, the final reason of why I'm here is that I am actually now in the Czech Republic. When I started recording that video, it wasn't here. I was still in Mexico. I was still waiting for my visa, but now everything went just so fast, from getting it and coming and job and things that I really had no time to finish it. But now I finish it and now I'm here. So if you have any question, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments down below. I will be more than happy to answer them. And I also would like to say that this, as a disclaimer, this is probably not the only way that you can use it. In my personal way, that's how I got here. So I know I can talk about this road because that's the road that I did. But of course, there are many ways to get here. This is one that personally worked for me. It was kind of structured. It was like really straightforward. So I thought that I might share it with you in case you want to come here and live. It's a super nice place. And yeah. So I hope you have a great rest of your day and let me know what other videos do you like. So bye.